Welcome to the Mary Jane Mack Show with holistic intuitive wellness expert Mary Jane Mack. Her vast knowledge coupled with her innate intuitive abilities have made her a much sought after holistic intuitive, recognized as a leader on the cutting edge of holistic healthcare and the creator of TAPS, the Accelerated Performance System. Tune in to learn how your body has all of the answers and discover the power to transform physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Let your body become vibrantly healthy on every level. Call in during the show at 800-930-2819 to connect with Mary Jane directly and find out what thousands of clients from across the country with every physical issue imaginable have discovered. Now here's your host, Mary Jane Mack.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I had a little hiccup there. I'm your co-host, Nancy, and we have Benny in the studio. Hey, Benny, how's it going?
Hi, ladies, and to all of our listeners out there, sorry for the slight delay. We had some technical issues. We got you all set up and ready to go now, though, ready for Mary Jane.
Yes, we are ready. Today's topic is realizing your body's ability to heal. And for those of you who don't know about Mary Jane, she's a holistic intuitive. She has an office in Issaquah, Washington. She's been doing the TAPS system, the Accelerated Performance System, since 1992. Not only does she do people, but she does pets as well. You don't have to live in the state of Washington to be a client, as we have clients all over the United States and including in Europe. So it's pretty exciting. We have a lot of fun at the office, and she is pretty amazing. I say that. She's my mom, but she is pretty amazing and pulls off miracles all the time. So with that, hello, Mom.
Hello. Hello. Well, it's a great day. Good to be here. Lots of exciting things to talk about. So I'll briefly describe what I do. This week I've had that question a few times, so that's why I thought I'd bring it up again. So what I do is a technique of muscle testing. So whether you're with me or far away, if you're with me, I use your arm and scan your body and am able to determine your imbalances. If you're not with me, I do the same thing in my mind, just as if you were in front of me, only I can do it intuitively.
Well, you tap into their energy.
Yeah,
you're tapping into your energy and your energy only. So nobody else's stuff is getting jumbled in your.
Exactly. It's not what I say, it's what your body tells me. So, and your body has all the answers, and your body's made up of, the main thing is your nervous system. So your nervous system is connected to your spine, sends nerve conduction to all your organs and every part of your body to help them function. So if your body is out of balance, your body sends more nerve conduction to try and heal that part of the body. And it creates what we call a hot spot on the body. Just the same as if you fell and you hurt your knee, it'd be red hot and swollen. If you take your hand off your knee, you could still feel the heat. Well, that's what it's like inside. Those organs, if they're inflamed, they're red hot and swollen. So when I'm scanning your body, it's putting off this heat, which is energy or electricity. I'm picking up on that electricity, and your body tells me an order. So it would be the most inflamed, the parts that have the most electricity will show up first. And that's how, that when we follow your body, we have great results, because your body has all the answers and the innate ability to heal. And if we give your body what it needs, then your process is much faster. And it could be nutrition. There's many things I really look at. I look at your emotions, your structure, recommend different body work if you need it. Basically, I'm your CWO. Right?
Oh, the Chief Wellness Officer.
So as a Chief Wellness Officer, I help you get a team if you need it that's perfect for you, because we actually muscle test the right people to bring them in. So we get you everything you need. And when you have everything you need, that energetically is at the highest it should be, then your process of your journey of healing is much faster. And it takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to go to this. So many of you have done that. You've gone to so many people, but not had the very good results. So that's what we do here. We have a great time in the office helping people get better. And today, what we talk about is in the healing thing, it's all about your brain. In the last several years now, all modalities of healing have focused on the brain. They realize that the brain is where it's your main your main battery. If your brain isn't functioning, then the rest of your body is always in out of harmony. And at one time, it was thought that the brain cells did not rejuvenate. So they, if you had a stroke or you had a brain injury, that it would either take a long time to heal. There were always those believers that believed in the brain and how important it was. Now it's universal. People are working on the brain, looking at the brain first, and you take care of the brain and the rest follows even quicker.
And we've been doing a lot of brain stuff in the office, especially with that brain tap. So, but isn't your brain the backup battery to your heart?
Well, your heart is your main battery and your brain is your second battery. And your heart and everything, when you're looking at your brain, you look at your heart rate variability. Your heart has a lot to do with what's going on in your brain. And there is all these great modalities of testing now that actually show your heart rate variability and how it affects your brain. It's pretty fascinating, the technology out there today and what it does and how quickly you could get a better response and improve your health, especially for those people who have had strokes, dementia. The work now with people with dementia, seeing great improvement after 6 weeks. That's pretty amazing. And it's all documented and researched. BrainTap has done major studies on dementia, not just that, on everything. It's like world renowned, and the things they're doing are so fascinating for how it changes you. And it's by using that BrainTap a couple times a day, and you have to do it consistently. But if you want to change, no matter what it is, you have to be consistent. You can't, sometimes people they're in a crisis and they think that it's a one-shot deal. You get them out of the crisis. Okay, now I feel good, so now I'm okay. Well, getting you out of the crisis and out of pain is the first step. Then it's getting your body functioning and being able to maintain that. Then that's the work. And to be consistent at it, otherwise you just wind up in the same pattern. You don't change the brain, the way the brain signals your body and your organs. And remember, your brain, those patterns you've had for a long time. And everything that's going on in your brain started when you were conceived, whether it's an emotion, a trauma, stress. And when I talk to people, they might tell me I have brain fog, or I have anxiety, or I had COVID, and since then I have brain fog, and my memory is not as good. And then I question and I say, well, how long did you ever hit your head or have any brain injury? Oh yeah, I did. I played in sports, and I was playing with my friend and hit my head really hard. And actually they'll say, but I did have a little brain fog after that. So I did have it really before COVID. So when you ask the questions and keep delving into what is it, where did it really come from, then you find out there's a lot of other injuries, a lot of other traumas that most people just kind of brush off as not being a big deal. And those are things that today we have the technology to help those people and treat that in an easy way. So it's exciting.
It's very exciting in the office. So with the nutrition, with the help of the brain tap, we've had great success with a lot of our clients getting better and feeling good. So,
and we'll just give you a little glimpse of in the fall, we're going to have Patrick Porter on, and he is the genius behind the brain tap. So we're really looking forward to that, and we'll let you know way ahead of time, because it's going to be a show that you don't want to miss. That's for sure.
yes, the expert himself telling us about the brain tap.
Well, and about the research and about, I mean, he's just a wealth of knowledge. And when you hear what's going on, it's pretty exciting. Yeah. So again, about the brain, when we're talking about the brain injury, brain-based neurology, that's the buzzword today. I mean, in the medical field, as well as chiropractic or any alternative field, it's all about brain-based neurology. And they're doing amazing things with kids with autism, with any other neurological imbalance, as well as brain injuries. It's like intense therapy, but they're making dramatic changes that they never at one time could do. So it's fun to see all that's going on. And if you're not treating the brain, you're not going to have long-term results, because your brain just goes back into that pattern. So you have to look at that and just be aware of it is one thing. And once you're aware of it, then you when things happen, you say, oh yeah, now I see why that keeps happening. Or and again, looking at your past history and what's happened to you. Again, so many people fall and have traumas or sports injuries, but they don't even think about it. But that can affect you down the road, especially young kids. Can affect their learning, their coordination, what they do in school. So, and
you had mentioned to me that soccer, everybody using their head to hit the soccer ball. You had mentioned
Patrick Porter at a conference I was at said the most. The group that has the most concussions are soccer kids, major, and soccer players, major, beyond, because they do all kinds of studies with those kids
and the soccer players
themselves. And they do a lot of work with professional football teams, with athletes. It's everywhere. Brain tap is everywhere. And they use the brain tap for sports to improve their performance. It's pretty amazing when you're working on the brain and you're telling your stuff, good stuff. And we've talked about it all the time. Have a positive attitude. Well, sometimes when you're talking to yourself, it's hard to keep that up. And that's why with brain tap, it's like someone charging your brain up all the time.
Reminding you how to change those patterns. And one of the brain tap programs I was listening to, it said, for every negative self-talk that you give yourself, every time you say something negative, you have to replace it with 3 positives.
Right.
So I'll even catch myself driving in the car and some random thought comes in and it's like, uh-oh, that's negative. Got to replace that with 3 positives. So trying to think of 3 positives sometimes is a little tricky. But it's true. That's the only way you're going to change it. So if you don't have a brain tap,
and explain the brain tap, what the brain tap is for you that might not know about it yet. The brain tap is what it is. It's a headset and it has lights and sound. It's really important. And then it has you download a program, and it has all these different programs that you could listen to. And what it's like meditation or hypnosis, it's someone walking you through a program, and it's all about changing and opening new patterns through the brain and rebuilding the brain cells. And if you wanted to just try brain tap, you could go to brain tap and or download brain tap. We even have a code here if you wanted it. A code for a free 30-day trial. And what you do is you could use just
your
earbuds or a headset and do it that way.
Yeah, but the headset actually has lights in the ears, an eye shield with lights, and you just basically close your eyes and enjoy the either 10-minute or 20-minute meditation. And the best part is if you fall asleep, you're still getting all the information that's being told to you during that meditation session. So that's the beauty of it, because they always say you don't have to be paying attention. If you fall asleep, it's okay. You're still getting everything that you need. So that's a plus.
And what's really important about brain tap, not just brain tap, but anything new you do, if you have a hard time doing it, really, it kind of turns you off and you don't want to do it. That's because your brain is so dead that it can't even tolerate anything or sound and it could be anything you want to do.
Tired.
It's very tired. Well, very, very tired from the stress. So you have to start very slowly to try and wake up that brain and get it the other way. You can't just walk away from something that something you know is good for you, but you can't do it. There's always a reason you can't do it. So you want to be able to change that and not do something.
And I had a little road bump where I didn't do the brain tap for a few days. And so then I went back to basics again. I just went back and listened to the wake up programs in the morning, which are like 10 minutes. And now I'm back on track again. So I'm doing my brain tap 2 times a day. And I love when I can do it 3 times a day. So It's just that relaxing.
2 times a day is excellent. 3 times is even a bonus. Yeah. And anything above that is not necessarily
beneficial.
Well, you if you do 2 or 3, you're going to get everything you need out of it. Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting.
Well, look forward to having Patrick on. So that'll be really fun. Yeah. So, and anything can cause, like the brain injury, could be a car accident, could even be just a little bumper thing besides a major trauma. Could be falls. Falls are some of the worst things people take, because when you fall, you lose your balance. It's kind of, you lose your security, and it affects you later. It's how you emotionally attach to that. Again, kids playing, bumping their heads. You see some of these little kids, and it's even what people do to little kids sometimes, throwing them around and being a little bit too rough to them. And again, sports related injuries, like the soccer, football, it doesn't matter what it is, volleyball. You just think of the times you might fall on your head. Horseback riding, falling off a horse. There's just so many things. I start thinking about how many times I've hit my head that I just, it hurt, it was really bad. And then I just kind of ignored it. I remember I was in a barn and I was bent over and there were stairs, and I picked my head up and hit the top of those stairs. And I did it a couple of different times, really hard. And those things throws off your cranial bones, and you're off, but you don't realize you're off. Another thing to look at people, look at other people and look at their faces and look at the difference between one side of the face and the other side. Now, you don't necessarily have to even have a trauma for that. It could be stress and emotions. And what happens is your cranial bones should open at a regular rhythm, just out like this and close. And that pumps the spinal fluid up and down your spine. When you have a trauma or emotions one after the other, your brain, or an injury, your brain kind of starts going down, and now it's barely opening. Your cranial bone, there's just barely opening, and so it distorts your face. Like one ear could be lower than the other ear, one shoulder could be down, but especially in the face, one eye could be lower. You look at people's faces and you'll see it all the time.
And it's not
pretty common.
Yeah, but it's not super dry. I mean, it's not like, down to their cheek, but there is some.
If you start paying attention to it, if somebody's had a stroke or something really bad, you're going to notice it right away. But even in little kids, you'll see it. The thing is, you once you start looking, then you'll start noticing the difference. But those things can all be changed with a technique that I do called cranial release technique.
And we're going to talk about that. But now it's time for us to take a short break. You're listening to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll catch you on the other side. Welcome back to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm your co-host, Nancy. We have Benny in the studio. We have Mary Jane here. And if you have a question for Mary Jane, don't hesitate to call. I always say, take advantage while you can. Give us a call at 1-800-930-2819. That's 1-800-930-2819. And before we go talking more about the brain, I do a shout out to Susie, Miss Susie in Seattle. Hope you're doing well and having a super fun day. And then obviously, Cousin Kathy sent me a text. So I hope you're enjoying the show too. And I hope Quincy's listening in. She got herself a brand new little puppy who's absolutely adorable. So, okay, that's all of me. That's all my shout outs. And now it's back to the brain, man.
So again, for that, when you're distorted, we do a technique called cranial release technique, and it takes 30 seconds, like a stretch on each side of the neck, totally can start to improve that. And after a few treatments, you see a difference because the brain starts to get back in function. So all these things we're talking about can be changed. It's not that difficult. We have tools and technology and things that we could do more faster than ever before. That's why what I do is so much fun. I belong to the Master Circle, and with the Master Circle, they are on top of the very latest technology all the time. And there is so much new technology out there that it's very difficult to even keep up with and picking out the best of what's out there. So, and when I find out about that technology, I pass it right on to you so that you could, it's like easy things that you could do and have at home to help you improve your health and be the best you can be.
I know, and the best thing is a lot of these tools, they don't cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Some are pricey, but you gotta figure out, outweigh the benefit. The benefit is so much more.
Well, the other thing is
the
other thing is when I'm offering this technology to you and recommending it, you can do this at home. Most of this technology is used by, a lot of it's used by neurologists and other people who treat brain trauma. And you go, and even other practitioners, and you actually go into their office once or a couple times a week and use the technology. But to use it every day, so you would pay even more by the time you finish doing it that way. But by having it at home and using it every day, you have much better results. And we see it all the time with our clients that are using it.
So, yep, we have very happy clients.
And if I didn't believe in the technology, I wouldn't be talking about it. I know it's got to work. I work with the best people in the world. So it's when I say something, recommend something, it's a guarantee you're going to be satisfied.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you always get it out, test it, make sure it works on the guinea pigs of the family. That would be me, Dad, my niece, Riley Jane. But no, there are some pretty exciting technologies.
And before I even get to that point, I score it and I know intuitively it's going to be good. And that's why then we're just on track with it. It's fun. It's lots of fun. So again, it's about giving your body what it needs to heal itself. And I'm mentioning a few of these things about the injuries of the brain and things that happen because people don't always look at that. You're looking at, oh, I've got a bad gallbladder. I've got a bad kidney. I've got, something else, my skin, whatever. Well, all that starts, the basic is emotions. And the other is your brain pattern, what's going in your brain that you keep triggering the same thing all the time. So when you get to we do everything we can to get to the source in your body. We just have more tools now to go even deeper and have longer results. nutrition works. However, if your brain's going in the same cycle, you keep repeating the same pattern. So
And yeah, well, you get out of that pattern for a little while, but then
yeah,
you eventually fall back in that pattern again. And it's like, why is this happening to me again? Just you touched on that.
yeah.
So,
and with the brain tap and the other technology we use, eventually, you have to use it every day, like for 6 to 8 weeks. And then after that, you may not need to use it as often. It depends on what kind of injury you got and where you are. But things change, and as they get better, it's not like you may not need it all the time. However, you love it and you want to use it. So
yeah, we have some clients who just love it, use it every day, twice a day, religiously. So, and if you're not, that means your brain is so tired that it needs a little pick-me-up. So,
well, here's the deal. Today, the stress on each and every person is so huge compared to the past. I mean, the stress is bigger and worse than ever before with everything that you're bombarded with, your health. I mean, all the talk of COVID, the vaccinations, everything.
well, it was for the kids, especially being locked up and locked down and not having any socialization with friends, no sports, no interactions. They're even under stress. So your little people are under stress too.
And if you don't look at that, I mean, it's all about whether you've been vaccinated now or not. It's what are you doing for your immune system? I see people that are vaccinated that still have a lot, people get this, they think everything's good and they're all okay because they got vaccinated. They still can have health issues. The vaccination isn't a cure for everything going on with you. It's supposed to keep you from not getting COVID. However, it's a false sense of security for where you are with your health. And it's not a time to let up and not take care of yourself and be the best you can be. And when they're talking about more cases of COVID, it's people that are not healthy. It still goes back to the same thing. And it could be young people, it could be anybody. But if you're not in good health, then you're more open to get those things, any virus, any other illness. So don't let your guard down and think about what it is you need to be the best you can be and be healthy. It's an ongoing process. It's not a quick fix. It's a life journey.
Yes.
A lot of our clients we've had from the very beginning.
A lot of our clients we had before when I first worked for Mary Jane.
Yeah, since 92, we have some of those clients. And the thing is, when they're stable, they still check in every 3 months and just make sure they want to be the best they could be. And again, with the environment, they know that they're exposed to things and the stress, and they don't want to go the other way. They should be even every time. And when they are, we know we're doing our job.
Well, and plus you've actually taught them what to do too. If things are off. I mean, well, I know when things are off with me, I know how to correct some things, and that's the goal, is to teach you how to correct those things, but still staying in contact and checking in and make sure you are the best you can be. And as far as your immune system, let's just think about it. Everybody's been wearing a mask for the past year. How can one's immune system be built up? It hasn't. You kind of like shut it off because everybody's been wearing masks. So it's another thing. You're better off maskless. Build that immune system.
Well, like I say, it's not, everybody was really careful. They were all locked up. They were isolated, and now everybody is out and about. So it's a time to just be more aware of your health and what you need to keep that immune system up, and not to slack off. Like, more people were doing more for their immune system, and now they think, oh, they're vaccinated, everything's okay. That's not true. You still have to stay on target, keep your body right, make sure everything is working, and your body's able to even handle the vaccine.
Yep. Staying the course there.
Yeah.
Okay. What else about the brain?
Oh, the brain is fascinating. I've gotten so hooked on this brain thing since I've learned more about it. It's just fascinating how, like, the different technologies start to connect your right and your left brain, start to connect both parts of your brain, so that now your creative side and your the side that's the analytical, so they blend, and now you have the best of each side. So, and that's what all this technology is about, is balancing your brain so that you could do and be the person you want to be.
That's where you find your calling. We all, some people have already found their calling, and Mary Jane's one, but that's where you unlock the key to what is it that you really are here and meant to do. By doing the brain tap and getting the left and right side of the brain communicating and together, then that's when the real miracles start to happen.
Yeah. And, and I found my calling and what I want to do. However, I keep learning more. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not about you find one thing and, I'm really, really good at what I do, but it's always finding what's next. What can I help people with more? What do people need? Well, and it's all about what I need first. So I learn about these things because it wakes up my own resonance and makes me better. And that's what you want to look at. It's never ending. It just goes on and on. So don't settle for just being okay and mediocre and being in a job that it's okay, but you're not sure what you want to do. You could do anything you want to do if you set your mind to it. And that's all part of your brain.
Yeah. And it's about your job. Are you in a bad relationship? Are you not living in the place you really want to live in? So it's everything. So if you can get that brain communicating with both sides and get your nutrition, have your CRTs, get your chiropractic, keep your body in balance for as long as possible, good things will happen.
Well, it's also fascinating when they do the heart rate variability, which is a technology to show exactly where your brain is at. Again, when they start out, your brain is all red most of the time, and it should be blue. And it's pretty amazing how much it changes after you do 6 weeks of the brain tap. And the red, it's just you're under so much stress. It's the fight or flight. You're always running. It's like you're trying to catch up. You're like being chased. Your adrenals are in overdrive, and that's the sympathetic. So that means that your body can't heal. And the parasympathetic is that's what helps heal. The parasympathetic nervous system is what heals the body. So if you're always in sympathetic overdrive, you can't heal. And that's why you got to calm that brain down, calm that nervous system down to let your body heal, especially if you have a brain issue, if you have Parkinson, if you have cancer, if you have some immune disease, if you're in pain, if you're in chronic pain, that brain is always in overdrive. So you could take pills forever. If you calm down the brain, then you can get off the pain pills. Then you could get out of pain. And that's what's really fascinating about the brain.
Yeah, we just thought it was nutrition and the mental spirit, but that brain, boy, has played a big part now. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll catch you on the other side. Welcome back to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Today we're here. Well, I'm your co-host, Nancy. I'm here with Mary Jane, and we have Benny in the studio. We are talking about realizing your body's ability to heal. As you push my chair out of the way. If you'd like to make an appointment with Mary Jane, go ahead and give our office a call at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And with that, where are we going?
Where are we going? Again, your body has the ability to heal. You just have to know where to start. And you may not know that, but I know that.
I call her the body interpretator. I know she's the CWO, but she's able to, I mean, you have to have, if your body has the ability to heal itself, which is a phenomenal thing, but you don't know what it is, isn't it great to have somebody who does? And just by muscle testing and figuring out in order, 1, 2, and 3, 4, or 5, because sometimes the first thing will take care of the other 2 or 3 things on the list. And it's like I was talking to a new person this week on the phone. You can't take care of number 4 first because it's not going to work. You have to take care of number 1, then number 2, because that's the order your body says. You can't just pick what you want to fix.
Well, and often people come in with maybe 10. I always ask, put your main concerns down, and they could be 5 or 10. However, when I get through with the evaluation, the 2 or 3 top issues are usually all connected to the other issues. It's like your body has this puzzle, and you have all these different things, and I can connect the dots for you. And when I do that, it all makes sense. And that's why it's so much fun. And again, we use Biotics Research Nutrition, and those products are top of the line, best quality control. And by using them, we have predictable results. We know that when I put you on a program, that in a certain length of time, you're going to be better. If you're not better, then something else is wrong, and we're able to figure that out. There's always an answer and always a solution. So there isn't anything that we can't answer or figure out.
Well, sometimes you're able to find the answer and solution quickly, and other times we have some challenges, like a few clients. But you've had fun working it out.
Yeah, the body's not ready. It's all about.
It could be your house. It could be your drains. It could be mold. It could be a number of things that are not helping you heal fast. And we've had that.
Yeah, and it could be emotions that you're not ready to get rid of yet, that don't surface. It's like I can only pick up what's there. But definitely, it's not just you, it's your environment, your house, the whole picture that we have to look at if you're not getting better. Yeah, absolutely. So it's, again, if you're taking supplements from a supplement store or Costco or wherever, you're guessing at what you need. It's not the time to be guessing what you need, let me tell you. It's a time to be on top of it. Make sure that you know what you need, and your body is able to heal itself and improve and stay healthy during this time. And then you don't have to worry about anybody else if you're healthy. Isn't that the truth?
That is the truth. I'm just thinking, so we're in July, and I'm thinking, oh, guess what's coming up? The upcoming flu season. I'm sure it's just going to be a matter of time before everybody's talking about the new upcoming flu season. So it's all starting all over again.
Again, it's about having your immune system up and being aware. And out of all the clients that we had, we only had 1 client that got COVID. And that's all over the country. We got clients after who were referred to us who had COVID and still had symptoms and needed to be helped. But the clients, our clients, because we kept them on the right products to keep their immune system up and keep the people that got COVID, most of them had kidney and toxic stomach and lung issues. Well, we made sure that all our people were healthy and kept all their body and their immune system up, so they were able to not get sick.
Yeah, and we did have a couple of clients who were exposed.
Yeah.
We had a client who was exposed at Snoqualmie Falls Lodge the time that they had their little outbreak. So we've had people that were exposed, but being on the nutrition.
And her husband had COVID, but she didn't get COVID. So, and her husband was not a client, but she didn't get COVID.
So lots of good stuff to keep you healthy, keep your immune system boosted, and
just be aware and don't let your guard down. This is the time to stay on top of it. Eat healthy, exercise, have fun. I mean, don't get so fearful and worried that you could just get so overwhelmed with that, because that affects your brain and immune system. So it's about, don't attract that into your life. Attract what you want in your life. See your life being healthy and enjoying and having fun and laughter, and draw that to you and dream big.
For all the good stuff. And that's what they say in brain tap. Everything begins with a thought. So you want to make sure that your thoughts are positive. If it is a new job, you just put it out there in a thought. What would your perfect job look like? What would your perfect relationship look like? It all begins with a thought, and you get what you think about. So
looks like we got a call.
We have Shelly in Seattle.
Hey, good afternoon or good morning.
Good morning. What's your question for Mary Jane?
I really don't have a question. I have a comment. Whew. Mary Jane, sorry, I am Dee's daughter, and
oh God,
my mom tremendously, and I just had to say that amongst the airwaves because she just thought the world of you, and both of you, and she was so thankful for all you did for her. So I just wanted to say that publicly, that you were a godsend for my mother. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Shelly. Your mother was our very special person. We loved her, and she was always such a delight. And it was a big surprise for us that she left the planet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a surprise. But nevertheless, you played an instrumental, gracious, benevolent part in her life, and I wanted you to know that. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Shelly. Thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, there we go.
One of our very dear clients passed away unexpectedly a couple weeks ago. And it was someone who I had talked to on a regular basis, and someone who was very special to me. And so I'm sorry. When Shelly called to tell me, I broke down on the phone, bald and couldn't talk. Obviously, still haven't dealt with that yet. So, all right. What's your message to the people?
Well, it's like Deanne, who left the planet. She was one of our faithful, great clients, and she was healthy and was good till she left. So we appreciate each and every one of you, and we want you to just live your life and dream big, and know that you could do anything you want and be the best you can be.
I like it. Okay. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will be with you. We're with you the third Thursday of every month, starting at 11.
And we have this fall, we're going to have some great guests coming online that you won't want to miss. So we'll put that out way ahead of time so you can plan on listening.
All right. So I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Have a fabulous week, and please be kind to each other and show some compassion. Thanks so much for listening to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio.
You've been listening to the Mary Jane Mack Show with holistic, intuitive wellness expert Mary Jane Mack. Tune in every month and peel your layers like an onion into the healthier you. Learn with Mary Jane Mack how to achieve wellness rather than curing disease. Mary Jane has a remarkable ability to intuitively identify what's going on in the body, what it needs to be well, and how to make that change. She's also worked with thousands of clients and their pets from across the country with every physical illness imaginable. Make an appointment with her now by visiting MaryJaneMack.com or call 888-777-4232, 888-777-4232.